Hello, here is a game from Foxxy where white won by resignation, being roughly 30 points ahead at this stage. Well, it seems to be a game where white was in control from start to finish. So let's see what black could have done better and if there were a few options where white could punish even more. And actually there were. So we have this kind of opening with the Shimari in the top left corner, which is a bit unusual. We also see it in pro games recently. It's a trend to go for the Shimari like this or like this and leave the open corner, the Komoku, facing white's bottom corner. So in this case, white is always happy to attack at e4 or e3, being backed up by the stone in the lower right. But in general, it's more common for black to take the Shimari at e3, and now when white attacks the top left corner, white is already fighting inside black's sphere of influence. So it's a bit different. Anyway, for white it's quite ideal to approach here because white is coming from the lower right corner. So there are two white stones against one black stone on the bottom side, which already feels good for white in this area. So black plays the Kosumi, but this Kosumi is the kind of move you play against a low approach. This is very common. Against the high approach, it's more common to play a Keima, a d6, instead of Kosumi d5. This is if black wants to develop on the same side with a c4 Komoku. Now here white can attach, pull back, and then extend for a base. Usually it's the old game at h3, but in this case white can also extend high to work better with q3, and it's also fine to extend the j3 to cover more space in this area and try to connect better to q3. But all these moves are fine, a matter of style or taste. Anyway, this kind of Joseki feels more natural for black using his c4. But black of course can also consider the e3 attach to grab the corner, or a pincer, g3, g4, h4, all these kind of pincers. So for example, when black simply attaches here, this is actually what white wants, to set up a moe on the bottom, but now black being sente can approach the lower right corner, either like this or like this. So this leads to a completely different game. Well, it's kind of accepted, but still overall the general feeling here is that white kind of gained on the bottom side coming from e4 direction. So this is an ideal play for white. Now black played the Kosumi, which is a bit questionable. So to punish this Kosumi, white can either go up or attaching the corner at c3. Now of course black can think about the cut, but the ladders are good. So if black connects here, white will just Atari like this, or Atari to push that black stone down to the edge. So black will go Atari, probably extend in the corner, and again white can set up a moe on the bottom side. Black is a little bit low in the corner. Now if black tries to resist by cutting the other way, like this or like this, let's say black plays Atari c2. Now white can play very simple, just Atari on the outside. Atari once again, because if black goes for a co-fight, it's difficult to find co-threats at this stage. White will just feel and eliminate the co. So black might connect to avoid the complicated variations with the co-fight. Then white has the ladder that goes to the top right corner. Now when black plays a double Atari under, white just captures, black will crawl. It's difficult, I mean it's not so great to allow this Atari on the outside, it's too painful. So for example, if black jumps here, white will immediately Atari. And if black crawls, white is already strong in the middle and will just go for a big point like it happened in the game, like this or Shimari or some other big point. Now when this 2k is played, usually black will hane, then either make the shape again like this, or push in the corner, or go up, but white is happy with the development on the bottom side. So this kind of fight can happen, but white is just grabbing territory, black makes some outside thickness, probably extend from the wall, and then white also gets to limit the moe in the top. So you can think about c3 or just push e5. Now when e5, black can jump, black can play hane or block this way, white will block again, black needs to get ahead, and again white will extend for the bottom moe. So it's fine to play one of these moves, e5 or c3. Well, k16 it's a big point too, nothing wrong so far. Then a pincer, then we have another basic Joseki here. Well, things can get more complicated with a push and cut. We've seen this many times in lots of games. So in order to keep things simple, it's fine to play p3, then jump. Here white can also consider n2, especially now that the pincer at q8 is in place. That's the trendy move, but nothing wrong with the one space jump. It's absolutely fine. Black can choose to ignore right now and try to punish this, attack the e4 because white didn't take any action here. So cover like this, for example. It's very difficult for white to attack the 3 stones on the right side. Anyway, when black pushes here and Kma in the corner, he's looking to cut n2 and catch the 2 stones. So here, for example, if white plays away, let's say Tsuke, pull back and extend for a base like this. Black will sacrifice 1 stone, then Atari, then catch, misclick, catch the 2 stones like this. Now, white knows this variation is gonna happen. So what white can do, white can go up, or, well, what happened in the game was good, m2. This is a way to defend, but it's a gote way to defend, because white can also play r3. r3 will increase the liberties for these 2 stones, so when black pulls back or gets into the corner, white doesn't have to worry about the variation before. So let's say white plays away, black will cut, Atari, but now it doesn't work to connect under and catch the 2 stones, because white is faster. So that's a way to protect Incente with a bump, instead of m2, which is just goten. But m2 is nice shape. Now white can also push up and still bait black into taking the 2 stones, because these 2 stones, they are dead for now, but they leave a lot of agi. So for example, when white plays here, black needs to play another move. White can also play the Hane and Atari and all these moves as cotrets, so it's not so big to lose or sacrifice the 2 stones. Besides, white got a very strong formation, so now white will push here and then Nobi and set up a very large moyo on the bottom side. All of a sudden, this is a huge box for giving up 2 stones. So that's an idea. Use the 2 stones as sacrifice. But yeah, the nice shape, it's m2. So black is trying to fight back against this e4, but the move is still this kind of push or a pincer like this, and when white comes out, hit the vital point here and try to mess up the bottom side. Now when black plays this move, white can attach, play Kosumi, or push like this. The idea for white is to separate this g3 from the corner. If white plays away, what happened in the game, and this is also a very big point, black can jump again and try to surround this e4 on a large scale, and all of a sudden build a nice box in the corner. But black didn't do that. Anyway, for white it's interesting to attach one time, come out, and try to keep black separated. Also, this kind of move is good. Black might extend for a base, but white can still fix in the corner. So it's easy to make a base. Let's see. So white's mindset is to just ignore this e4 corner and go for large points. r14 was really good. This invasion, it's a bit desperate on the right side. Black should actually go h17 or try to catch this corner. So here we have a cap move, that's nice. Push is possible, Atari, fine. But white doesn't have to connect and protect the 2 stones. It's a better way to just Nobi, because if black cuts, we have Atari and net. Besides, the Nobi is threatening a push and cut. So when white plays this Nobi, black either connects like this, or like this, or like this, or maybe just double up. Now if this happens, white doesn't have to worry about the cut anymore and can play big points. For example, an extension in the top, or a Tsuke to be more aggressive and try to build a bigger moyo. Also, white can just block the right side on an Obi to connect that moyo. The thing is, even if you leave the cut and you don't play anything around here, so let's say we just go in the top. When black cuts 2 stones, you Atari from behind and give them up, because they are just 1, 4, 5, 6, about 7 points captured, but it's gote. And in the meantime, white got big points somewhere else. So connecting here, it's really small. But the idea to push and try to defend in center, it's more interesting, because if black plays here, you bump, then black has to pull back. Those stones are connected, and now you catch another big point. So the only chance or the only option for black is to play a peep, because the cut doesn't work anymore. Cut, it's Atari and net. Anyway, I would leave the 2 stones as a sacrifice. Shape point is here, by the way. So black comes in. That's a bit risky. Black should play just 1 space jump. It's true white can cover like this or like this and try to keep the stones connected, but playing here, this doesn't work actually, because white can just hane and separate. Now when black hane, white nobi, push, white can block or nobi again, so q12 it's separated, which means it's punished. If black tries to connect this way, thinking that white will connect up and then black can link under, white can actually go down, because when black separates, white connects here, so black is still cut off, and when black cuts like this, white connects under, and again the 3 stones are separated and they have to run. So this is good for white. White got a target here, which means the Kema was an overplay, so hane would punish right away. White pushes here to catch 3 stones. That's not too bad. It's a good capture, and center too. But it kind of leaves the stones in the middle a bit weak, so I still needed to separate here. Anyway, big point, shoulder hit, why not? Black can push here, white needs to jump, or black can push the other way. But black didn't take any action. That's a bit desperate. It's big for white to play p17, but even without, black is still in trouble. So let's say white pushes here to punish black for not playing anything on the left side, then go up, and then extend for a base. Because in the top right, black can only tsuke, pull back, but it's still very difficult for black to make a nice base. It's over concentrated. So this move puts black on the spot, but without, black is still in trouble. Also on the left side, white can push like this to see whether black will bump or pull back. Now when this happens, you turn, he goes down, and then you extend. It's nice to develop the left side, which is completely open. Anyway, this attacks the stone. Because the idea is that if black will just separate, white takes away the base, black comes out, so he's on the run, and then white can extend in the top. Well, everything looks very fine for white. So separate, very good. Here white can even think about the wedge, because on this Atari you connect and now the 2 stones on the right side are in trouble. So black needs to go out, then you have a double Atari, he connects, then you jump out and try to catch everything. But the push is good too, and then separate. This Kema is nice, he's trying to catch the 2 stones on a very large scale, very good. So white is, black is trying to fight back a little bit. You don't need to push like this, because it's obvious that black is not going to connect just here and then you link under and he's in trouble. So that's wasting a move. You just need to connect at O17, because when black goes P14, O14 to connect, white is not going to play M16. That's not important. The push and cut here is more active. So playing this move and then connect under, waste a move at M16. It's not a problem if black plays that exchange. So you connect, black plays here, you connect again. It's almost no gain for black, only 1 point. But like this, black kind of connected, so he doesn't have to worry. But the proper move for black is still this one. Just connect solid. Pushing here, white can still push through, cut, and cause some troubles later. This move is trying to connect the stones, but it's safer to play a 1 space jump or a 2 space jump. Just go out faster. Now with this turn, black is aiming to catch 2 stones in a snapback. This double up, it's a little bit heavy. Anyway, those stones will die in a snapback, so it's more interesting for white to play a 1 space jump or a Kema, and when the snapback is played, you pull back like this, and the shape is much more flexible. This is heavy. Black can play here, white connects, you will take the 2 stones in a snapback, and you need to connect again, and the shape is just ugly. You got this empty triangle here. This move is not necessary. If you wanna save the 2 stones, you just connect here, but they are small. So if you play away and black captures the snapback, now you connect with the tiger mount. And if he plays, for example, the wedge, you go Atari, connect, and defend this way. On the snapback, you connect or you capture 1 stone. If he comes here, Atari, if he takes 3 stones, you takes back and you play away again. So this kind of move is like a defend in advance, but it really doesn't do much because the stones were connected anyway. Another waste. Now play away. That's good. But it's still more interesting to block here and see how black reacts. Because if black takes away the extension, you start attacking the corner. Tsuke, that's too much. Black should worry about the bottom corner, so just play something to try to catch this e4. Now white will block here, black can go up or down. White extends for a base. Well, this is still white's game. White got so much territory in the top right, so it's difficult. But the Tsuke is just helping white. So white can play Hane, for example. Black pulls back, and then a hanging connection or a block. Well, on this cut you just extend. It feels good for the left side. Also, Hane under is nice. Black will pull back here and then go up. It just makes the Tsuke feel a completely wasted move because it's a neutral point now. Anyway, go up. Black takes away the extension. Go out here is good. Now black is in trouble on the bottom side. Simply get ahead. The cap is also a nice move. Black needs to connect under. The flow here was really good for white. Put pressure and surround these guys. This group on the bottom side should die. Actually here, white can play this move to capture the stone. Because now, black only has space for one eye. If black jumps here, no B. If he goes down, you don't have to do anything. Connect in the middle. There is no space to create two eyes. If he plays like this, you push, hit the vital point, it's only one eye. He will die in Gote. If he plays this one, you create the bulky 5 formation. Hane, block, hit the vital point. And he's dead. No way out in the middle. Because white is just too thick in the surrounding area. So he would die like this. I think he also dies if you play a one space jump here. Because even if he comes out, you surround everything on a large scale. And there is only place or space for one eye. Oh no, wait. That can be a problem. Ah, in fact, it's not. He will die anyway. But also in the game position, he was kind of dead. Well, he can use this Atari. Doesn't do much, in fact. Okay. The way to protect here is this kind of block. Because when he goes Atari like this, you connect. Then he needs to come back and protect in the middle. You catch the stone and keep everything connected. So Hane, this Atari connect. He needs to come back, catch the stone in a net in the middle. Like that, you still give him some space to move around. Also, it's possible to play Atari here and then just extend. So if he goes Atari like this, he's going to be captured anyway. More interesting to play the Hane first, because when he comes back here to protect, he has an Atari and he can catch the tail, but you can connect here in fact. So he goes Atari, take, push, block. It's more interesting to connect like this, because now when he Ataris the tail, you don't need to play another move, and the two stones in the middle, they can die on a larger scale. Instead of turning or net like this, white can play the block here and try to catch them bigger. Or wait, here you can play Atari and then Hane, and now the 4 stones are in great danger. But back to the game. Hane, catch 2 stones. Why not connect like this? Because the 2 stones, they run in no man's land. So this way, black can capture a stone. White took the 2 stones on the smallest scale possible, but it's still a good game for white. So here, in order to kill the bottom group, it's better to catch this stone. Push and cut. Doesn't matter if he struggles like this, he doesn't have enough liberties. Besides, he needs to connect this stone, and white can just live in the corner. So like this, you don't have to play inside and capture the dead group. This way seems a little bit greedy, and later on, black managed to escape. Now here you can Hane. Even if he plays a move like this, you go Atari, connect, and then defend. This can be a little more dangerous. It's good to block down. Because you can go for a base. If he comes up like this, attach, and then it's easier to make eye shape. Always eye shapes are easily made on the edges. So connect in the middle. Now black can play a wedge and cut those stones. If you play here, he plays here. And if you play Atari like this, he will counter Atari. Now when you take the stone, he captures from behind everything. And if you connect like this, he captures the 4 stones. So that's why you shouldn't let black play c10, because now you need this kind of move, but it's dangerous when he cuts above a bit. In fact, white can still leave. So white has a very good game. Now this is a bit tricky, some ladders can happen. Black played some sort of ladder breaker. But the ladders are broken by d14. So not so good for black. Black can try this move, then push again, then Atari. But he needs the ladder and it doesn't work. So that's a disaster. Similar to what happened in the game. Now another option for black is to play Nobi. White will turn, black will play Atari and net. But this is some sort of squeeze play. Then Atari from behind and Atari again. This is a much better deal for black than what happened in the game. Playing like this, he just lost everything without compensation. So here he still needs to use the net. He tried the ladder, that failed completely. And in this case, white should go down one more time. Then when black plays the Hane, white can capture 1 stone. If black plays here, white can turn. If black plays here, Atari, he needs to come back and protect. And just leave it. Damage more. Now in this case, black can go Atari here. Take, Atari again. Take. And just leave it. It's too small to save the 3 stones. So he's trying a desperate separation. Doesn't work. White has this move in center. Before you connect, you should play Atari like this and now connect. But black can leave with J1. Yeah, you can't kill the group anymore. It's also live, like this. That's too much. Black should Atari under and Atari again. So nice catch in the corner. Here, white can play this move in center and then capture with a turn. Or this Tesuji. But well, it's the same thing. Gotta take away that liberty. That's good. Now, in this case, instead of Atari, white can go up and then squeeze like this. The shape is very ugly for black. Oops, misclick. Like that. Anyway, still good. The jump was fine. Now on this Atari, white should capture a stone because all of a sudden there are 2 liberties and it's also center. So black needs to protect here and now you can jump in the corner. And only when he plays Atari from behind you take the 3 stones. If he takes the ko, you connect. But he needs to go back and protect the top. Sorry. Let's go back. So capture. He connected like this. He can actually play Atari and block this way. Yeah, well, the capture was good too, because if you capture and he plays away, then you take 3 more stones. In fact, 4. Alright. But instead of push, it's okay to jump in the corner. It's much harder to block for black. He needs to push, then turn, and block like this. All those moves are gote, and white takes some profit in the corner. Like this, he can just block. So jump. Give him a headache. If he plays this kind of clamp, you just come out and then catch some more stones. Yeah, that's good. Nice 2k in the corner and then clamp. He's supposed to pull back and then white goes down. Because now white will clamp and then everything can die. Yeah, very good. It's nice to go down once and then go for a ko. Nothing to lose in this ko. Okay. The local threat for white here is to come out. This is good too. Lots of ko threats for white. Well, this push on the left didn't really solve the problem. Black can still play this, this and this. Or just go for a snapback and then capture the 4 stones. But that can happen later. So many threats. Yeah, no way to live in that corner. That's fine. You don't need to catch this. Still fight the ko. For example, this move. It's a ko threat because if black captures here, you cut. If he plays Atari, snapback, and now he's dead. Also, a local threat is to go out, he plays Atari, then you take the ko. And actually there are some other ko threats. Take the ko here, he's in Atari, he must catch, take back the ko. You should still fight it for a while. And this move, it's necessary only after black eliminates the ko. Because if you play a move like this, for example, and he still wants to fight the ko with Atari here, he makes the ko bigger, then you capture, but well, taking the top left corner is bigger actually. So, Atari, fine. Ah, that's expensive. This move is small, in fact. Better protect here. Keep everything connected. If he connects like this, it's okay to play one move inside. Because the 4 stones, they're worth 9 points. And here, this is, you shouldn't use it now. Because you have more cotlets. You can cut, he plays here. You can play Atari, he plays here. Atari inside, he plays this one. Once he connects solid, all those cotlets disappear. Well, like this, there is still one more cotlet. But no need to waste it now. You can just go down here. Take the liberties from the outside. If he plays this one, Atari. If he plays Hane, you just Atari. If he plays Atari, you catch. And here it's okay to go down one time. He plays here, connect, he plays here, Atari. Exactly what happened in the game, but a different order. Okay. So now small endgame moves. But it didn't matter because white was way ahead. So well done. Pretty convincing win from start to finish. Well, a few improvements here and there, but overall a very good game for white. Enjoy the review.